That little snippet you guys just watched was part of the video that we made last drift event, the March drift event up in Mineral Wells. If you guys missed that video, my friend Chris worked really hard on that little thing. I don't know why, I just wanted to put that in there. But this next drift event that we've got is this Sunday. And this car, it runs fine, obviously. Like this car, nothing has really changed except for the color since the last time we did this event. The car runs okay, but it definitely has some major issues that I want to address before next time. Because who's to say next time the car won't really mess up because we didn't fix the issues it had last time. One of the biggest problems that I've had with this car so far is whenever I did the dual caliper setup on the rear, I think either the caliper itself or the pad or something is rubbing on the rotor. So as you're driving, it just makes this awful screeching sound. And then I just need to, honestly, I need to readdress my alignment all the way around. I did some research and I figured out that if you do caster, if you max out your caster on the front, you can actually run a lot more negative camber. So I'm gonna try that today, but the first thing we need to do is need to figure out this brake screeching sound, because it's the worst thing in the world. I'm ready to get this thing like perfectly drivable, because I want to drive this thing around. I want to go take my wife on a date. Actually, that'd probably be the worst because she would hate it. Still, like, I want to drive this thing around and I want to get it to that point today. So let's start messing around.
Not quite. Yeah, it is. Now this one's my, I drift, so this one's my fun car. Well, if I'm ever too loud, just let me know. I try to be respectful. Nice to meet you guys.
Just met some more neighbors. Super nice people. They like my cars, and they're not annoyed. Sick, dude. Not in California anymore. This car makes a really weird noise coming from somewhere around here whenever I'm driving. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this car on while it's propped up in the air, pop it into first gear and just let these suckers spin and try and figure out where the noise is coming from. I couldn't find anything that run, and I think I was getting carbon monoxide death poisoning. So, I'm gonna try it again. So if this works. Oh, that's in the hole. So to me it looks like something's definitely rubbing around the hub. I can't tell if it's something rubbing. It's really odd. These pads are my old ones. They have plenty of life left in them. These rotors are obviously fine. There's no lip on them. I mean, these brakes were done right before I bought the car, and I haven't really driven the car, but maybe 10,000 miles since I bought it. These are the new dual calipers, and they got brand new pads in them. again, and I'm thinking, really the only thing I can think of maybe is that something, maybe behind here, because it seems like it's prominently coming from back here, maybe something behind there is rubbing on the back of the rotor. So I really am genuinely confused here. I'm just gonna take this apart and see if I can see any contact area or anything like that. So I've taken both calipers off, and you can still hear it inside of here. Now nothing. No sound over here. So maybe, I don't know. Hell, I do not understand. Alright boys, I think I actually found it. If you go into here, you look at this, I hope it focuses correctly, you can see that this heat shield, the dust shield that was behind the brake drum assembly, is now kind of just like, it's really scraped and filed down. And I think what's happening, since I took the drum assembly out, because I have no e-brake anymore, I have a hydro brake, those drums kept it perfectly centered from the inside. It kind of pressed it outward, so maybe, just maybe, there's enough pressure that it's barely touching this little heat shield, and I think that's what it's actually doing. So I am going to go ahead and do my best to file it down. I'm not really sure exactly what to do, to be completely honest, but I think I figured it out. Power tools, baby. Listen closely. So it's off. It's not touching that back part right now. It's fine. Touching. Scrape. It is that. For the most part, I have it figured out. I haven't filmed myself the past hour just because I've been working on this, but I started diagnosing more and more what was going on behind here, and obviously I think it was hitting here, maybe a little bit, but I was like, that doesn't really make sense because I filed it down a little bit. What else could it be? I looked in the back of this rotor and you can barely see it. You see how that inside of this has been filed down? You can see that little shiny piece of metal? That means there's been metal on metal. That's this right here. And what I've been doing is I've been filing it down. I've been getting the big flat flapper disc type thing, filing it down, and then I've been getting the metal file, and then also filing it down, giving it a big ugga, and I've been showing this thing what to do and telling it who's boss. For some reason, I think it might still do it a little bit, but here, I'll put it on. You can hear it a little bit, but it's much better than it was. So you might hear a little bit of a, but you're not gonna hear every couple seconds like the worst sound you've ever heard in your life. So I'm gonna sit here and I guess try and file it down just a little bit more. I'm really not sure what else I could do here, but I think for the most part we're fixing it. I'm hoping this is it. If not, if this doesn't fix it after I put everything back on and drive it, and if it still makes that noise at the event, one, it's not hurting anything, it just sounds disgusting. Two, I can always take a cutter disc and literally cut all the way around. That's not really what I want to do, but I'll do it if I have to. This is a big boy. All right, this should be a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and start this thing up one more time and see how she sounds. Alright, it obviously makes it a little bit, but it's way, way better. I'm not exactly sure why this side doesn't do it as much, it's definitely the other side. The other side is definitely the side that does it the most. It's gonna make a little bit of a scrapey sound, but we made it better. I decided now is a good time to mess with the suspension as well. It's still definitely not slammed and I have a lot of ways to go. But I really wanted to lower the suspension in the rear because I need the rear to squat more when I'm drifting. Plus, guess what? Style points. Style points always win. But I really wanted to get more low on out of the rear. The fronts are actually pretty perfect. I might lower them a little bit. I'm not going to touch the height of the front suspension after the next event is done. I'm still trying to get used to what I need to do and what I don't need to do with the suspension. For me, it's been a long time since I've just sat down and just made a video of working. I know a lot of times, like I incorporate a lot of comedy and just fun life into videos, but ultimately, like sometimes I forget I'm a car champ. You know, I want to teach you guys as much as I can, and I want to learn. I want to film myself learning as much as I can as well. And so I'm hoping I can try and mix the two. I know lately I've been trying to incorporate more of myself into the videos rather than my cars. I don't apologize for that by any means, but sometimes I just gotta get stuff done. And I think these are really important days for me and also my viewers as well, because I can learn stuff, I can connect with you guys, and you guys can learn stuff as well. I can't stop looking at the booty of this Evo. Yo, give this a like if you think Daddy's one of one left-hand exhaust is sick. And by the way, we're dropping this guy off this Friday to get a new color. It's gonna be just as wild as this one, but I promise you it won't be pink. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the front of the car. This should be fairly simple. I just need to adjust the caster. I've never adjusted caster before. I just know camber and toe. So I'm probably gonna have to mess with alignments a lot. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to max out my negative caster in the front, and that's going to send the wheel more this way, while camber will bring the top of the tire and wheel in and out, and toe will bring the front and rear out and in. This caster is the only part of the alignment you can actually notice sitting at it from the side. And right now I actually have way more positive caster than I need. I'm basically trying to send my wheel out as far this way as possible. Alright, so I figured out how to do it. Oh, let me get it, not destroy my head. Caster is gonna be controlled by this little guy back here. And I can't believe I've never even touched it before, but yeah, I haven't. This one's gonna also start to control negative cam. So caster, camber, toe. But this toe arm is now my angle kit, so that's my angle kit that I have right there. There you go. I figured out how to do that. I just maxed that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this wheel back on and do the other side. Come with me to dive right in under the car. Ow. So this little guy is like a 24 millimeter, or I would honestly just say 1 inch, because that's pretty much 1 inch. This one back here is the actual nut, and that one is a 22 millimeter. There we go. Easy enough. Keep on moving it. Okay. Smack my camera a little bit. Just max it out. I'm literally just gonna max it out. Max out my caster. So I'm just gonna tighten that back up. Okay. Alright, boys. Let's see how she looks. So it's definitely moved the wheel forward. We successfully changed a little bit of the caster, but unfortunately it hasn't changed the camber much at all. Oh look! Puppy got a haircut! Yay! You're not super fluffy no more! Anyways, so that was distracting. He's so cute. I'm gonna put it up into the air one more time and see if I can mess with any of the more suspension stuff, but I'm not gonna film any more of that because that's all I've been doing today. So I'm gonna figure it out. If I don't, I don't, but we're gonna take it for a spin as soon as I'm done.
2 hours later.
It's been a couple hours. I wanted to go ahead and wait for traffic to die down. It was like 5 o'clock whenever I decided to finish up the alignment. I'm gonna take this sucker for a drive and just see at least how much we fixed it today. I know I didn't fix it fully, but we'll see. And I also got the alignment dialed in. I did figure it out a little bit. The caster is pretty much as far up as I could get it, at least as, I don't know, my limited knowledge of alignments, it's pretty much as best as I could do. And both sides toe are pretty much even. It looks like this side might have a little bit more negative camber, but that's just because the upper control arm is slightly bent. So that reminds me, I do actually have upper control arms on order for this. I don't think they're gonna be here for the event. They were supposed to be here on Saturday, but it looks like just a big mess of stuff. So hopefully I get them before, but that should be able to give me a lot more negative camber. But now let's go ahead and hop into the car, take this thing for a drive, and see how my whole day of fixing things actually panned out. This is gonna be fun. Jeez. Okay, this is cool. Okay. It takes some serious time to get into this car. That side was fine, literally until I started hitting record. So now I guess that side I need to go ahead and file down. This side, I can't hear a single thing. My alignment feels a little bunk, so I'll definitely have to redo that another time this week. But all right, yeah, we for sure need to fix this alignment. I mean, it sounds way better. It sounds like literally 100 times better than it did. Yeah, this alignment is definitely I mean, I did my own alignment last time, so I mean, I'm capable of doing it, but I think this side might have a little more toe out than this side, because it kind of just wants to go this way. Okay, so we got smoke, and I'm thinking, so I ordered something that's supposed to fix the smoking issue. I don't actually think that it's mostly my turbos. I think it's actually an issue with the PCV, so I ordered a new PCV inlet. This week is going to be the week of fixing the Lexus. That's for damn sure. That's a sick sound. But woo! Okay, I think I'm running out of gas. Okay, I need to get home. Woohoo! All right. Let's go ahead and not run out of gas. All right, I'm gonna drive like a good boy on the way back. I've actually got some pieces on the way from Japan that are supposed to help this motor. This motor still needs a little bit of work that I haven't been able to do, and I finally just did the research and decided to buy what I needed to buy. So this side is for sure fixed. That side is not, because this was my experimental side. I wanted to make sure all that work wasn't for nothing. So looks like we definitely need to fix this side. I'll do that either off camera or just sometime, I don't know. Let's go. Hi, bud. Oh, you're so precious. Today was a good day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I definitely need to change the alignment on this wheel. I think this wheel has too much toe out. I really like the slammed look on the back. It looks so good. I think it drives, I mean, I don't know. It obviously doesn't, I can't really tell much difference in driving right now because whatever, but it looks better, and that's all I care about. I'm trying to get that no finger gap right now. I've still got so much to do. Like I said, the drift event is this Sunday, and I've got to replace all fluids. I've got to install a bunch of pieces, and I got to make sure that this guy's healthy enough to bang off the rev limiter for a couple hours. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoy the videos coming this week for both of these cars, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna focus on this car this week because I need to get stuff done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and be victorious. I'm not gonna lie, those fumes be giving me a headache. Watch one of those 2 videos I got right in front of you. I got 2 videos sitting right in front of your face. Make sure you watch them, okay? I promise you they're both good. They're both gonna entertain you. They're both gonna waste your time in a good way.